Hey everyone, how's it going? My name's Cloud, and welcome to my personal VOD reviews of Locals. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at Game 2 of Week 1 for the OP12 Meta, where I played Green-Yellow Yamato versus Black-Yellow Koala. Here's the deck list that I played in this match, and if you haven't already done so, please go check out the Locals retro video I made that covers this deck list and my overall thoughts on how Locals went this week. Without further ado, let's hop into the game. Game number 2 for Week 1 of the OP12 Meta, I'm playing Green-Yellow Yamato versus Black-Yellow Koala, one of the new leaders from OP12 and one that I'm actually interested in playing myself. But for now, we're playing against it, and I'll be honest, I have no idea how this matchup is gonna go. So why don't we start off with reading Koala's leader ability. Koala is a black-yellow 4-life 5k power strike leader with the Dressrosa and Revolutionary Army typing. Her ability reads, when this leader attacks your opponent's leader, if you have 2 or more characters with a cost of 8 or more, draw 1 card. And once per turn, this effect can be activated when your opponent plays a character with a base cost of 8 or more, or when your opponent plays a character using a character's effect. Your opponent adds 1 card from the top of their life cards to their hand. Okay, so based off of this, I'm guessing my opponent is going to be trying to establish as many 8 cost or higher characters on board as fast as possible in order to draw as many cards as possible. So if I'm able to control that and make sure that they're able to, or they don't have 2 or more 8 cost or more characters on board, then I think I'll be in an okay position. But on my side, I have to be careful about how I'm playing my characters out. From the leader ability, if I play out a character from another character's ability, I have to take my own life. Or when I play an 8 cost or higher character, I also have to take my own life. This can put me down really low on life very quickly, so I have to be very cautious about that. But I think I'll be okay because I don't have that many 8 cost or more characters in my deck, nor do I really play out that many characters off of character effects as far as I can remember. But I do know that I do make a little bit of mistakes, so we'll see what happens. Going into the dice roll, I roll as usual. I'm going to roll a 5, and my opponent is going to roll a 7, so they win the dice roll and get to pick turn order. And they are going to pick first, so I will be going second, which I don't mind at all, since most of the better cards in my deck are on the even curve, so I will gladly take that. But let's take a look at our initial opening hand here. We're starting off with a 1 cost Yamato, 8 cost Mihawk, 2 cost Hiyori, 5 cost Momonosuke, and 1 cost Blaze Slice. Let's do our counter check. We've got a 1k and a 2k. Oof, another game where the amount of counter in hand is very low. We only have 3k counter total in hand, which means that we might struggle with dealing with some early attacks. But I am glad that we at least have a 1k and a 2k. And not to mention, as we move into the cards themselves, we actually got the 1 cost Yamato, which I'm really happy to see. If I play it out, I can use it to search the top 5 of my top 5 of my deck for a 2 cost or higher Land of Wano card, which means I can use it to find any missing pieces I need, or a counter. So if I'm low on counter, I can use it to find counter. Very nice there. The next card I'm really happy to see is actually the 8 cost Mihawk. This is a new card from OP12, so I'll go ahead and read it. Give me 1 second to find it. Draco Mihawk is a green 8 cost AK power slash character with no counter and has the Muggy Kingdom and the 7 Warlords of the Seas typing. His ability reads blocker on play, set up to 4 of your Dawn cards as active, then you cannot play character cards with a base cost of 7 or more during this turn. So it's a very strong blocker, 8k power stat line, and lets me restand 4 Dawn, which means that I can use it to play out another character, or even go for a 9k attack if I just attach all 4 Dawn to my leader. So really happy to see that. It's one of the cards I'm testing this week, so having it in hand means that I can try it out. The last card I'm actually happy to see is the 1 cost Blaze Slice. So I have a feeling my opponent is going to be playing quite a few blockers, and Blaze Slice is one of the ways for me to rest a 4 cost or less blocker, or 4 cost or less character, but usually I'm using it to rest the blocker. My opponent does have to be at 2 or less life though, but since my opponent is a 4 life leader, 1 double attack should do the trick, so I will be trying to get to that threshold as soon as possible. Otherwise, the other cards in my hand are okay. You know, with the lineup that I've got, I can always use the Momonosuke to potentially heal a Yamato or Hiyori if I do play out the Hiyori, so I will go up in life and establish another blocker. Having this blocker actually, now that I think about it, is really good for the mid game because it means I can slowly transition into getting my 8 cost Mihawk out. So overall, this is a pretty good hand. Let's see if we decide to keep it or not. It looks like my opponent decided to keep their initial hand, so we'll see what they found. And we're gonna keep our initial hand as well. Okay. This one to start the game, and my opponent's gonna start us off with 1 Dawn, and then tap that 1 Dawn to play out the Koala, which lets them search the top 3 for a Rev Army type or a Robin. And they're gonna take the 3 cost Ivankov and pass the turn to me. Draw for turn, it's the 2 cost Hiyori, 2k counter. I go up to 2 Dawn. I could use the 2 Dawn right now to play out a Hiyori, potentially looking at the top card of my life or the bottom card of my life and setting up the Blaze Slice. But I could also just play the Yamato, which I think would be the better play. Yeah, this is what I'm considering right now. 1 cost Yamato or the Hiyori, setting up the Blaze Slice. Yeah. The reason why I'm considering the other play is because they drew that Ivankov, which I know is a 3 cost blocker. So they're probably going to play it on their second turn, and that's why I was considering it, but we end up just going ahead and tapping 1 Dawn to play out the Yamato. From the top 5, we see a 4 cost Hiyori, 0 cost You're the One Who Should Disappear, 7 cost Hoodie Jones, 4 cost Hikinojo, and 3 cost Ashura Doji. The Ashura Doji might actually be a good pick right now because they are at 4 life, and so if they play out a blocker, I can use it to KO the blocker, but we end up just going ahead and taking the 4 cost Hiyori. And there's a very particular reason why I did that, so if we take a look, okay, we're just going to pass the turn, but let's take a look at our hand here real quick. The Ashura Doji, like I said, would have been a good play because I could use it to KO any character that they play. For example, their blocker, while establishing a 3k attacker myself. But I end up picking the Hiyori for a very particular reason. The 8 cost Mihawk here lets me restand 4 Dawn. And so with that, if I'm at 8 Dawn, I can go Mihawk or 8 Dawn, restand 4 Dawn. So actually it was 8, then go to 4. That looks like a Y. So let's actually fix that. And so with the 4 Dawn, I can play the Hiyori for 4. Use Hiyori's ability immediately to trash it. And then play out a 5 cost or less Wano character, which I have in hand, the Momonosuke. And then draw a card, but then off of the Momonosuke's ability, I can heal something, like let's say the Yamato here, and gain a life. So on that turn, I would have established 2 blockers and healed a life, and drawn a card, which is pretty good. But even if I don't do that, on my next turn when I'm at 6 Dawn, I can always play the Hiyori for 4, and then cheat out the Momonosuke to heal life, whilst leaving 2 Dawn for me to use on my leader to go for, let's say, a 7k attack. So I think picking up the Hiyori was a good choice. Ooh, you know what? I said all of that, but something I forgot to consider, and we did it at the beginning of the game here, is Koala's lead ability would actually mean that I'd have to take my own life if I end up doing that, because the Hiyori would cheat out the Momonosuke, and so I would have to take my own life. But alright, pass to my opponent. They go up to 3 Dawn and drew for the turn. They're going to start off with a 5k swing to my life. And I don't have a 1k counter, so I just decide to take it. And it's another Blaze Slice, actually. So I could have triggered it, but they don't have anything worth resting at the moment, so we're just going to put it in hand. Keep the card in hand for counter. I guess I could have played the Blaze Slice that turn to go plus 1k, but I think that would have been a waste, honestly. My opponent's gonna tap 3 Dawn and then play out the Ivankov, which is just a blocker and then trashes the top 3 cards from their deck. They pass the turn to me. I draw for turn. It's the 4-cost Kikanojo, and I go up to 4 Dawn. And so this is what I was thinking of setting up the trigger in my life so that I can rest this Ivankov. But they played around it perfectly, so it's a good thing I didn't. Okay, it looks like we're going to start off with our own 5k double attack to life. We're going to try to see if we can get them down to 2 or less right now. See if they want to give up a counter or a blocker. And they end up giving us a 1k counter. Okay. And then I'm going to tap 4 Dawn to play out the 4-cost Hiyori. Use Hiyori's effect to play out the Momonosuke. But that ends up triggering my opponent's leader ability, so I have to take my life. Ooh, that hurts. And so, yeah. I take the life, it's another 2-cost Hiyori, 2k counter, and then I heal the Yamato. Yep, I totally forgot about the second part of the effect during this game, so that ended up backfiring on me. I was hoping to go to 4 life here and establish a blocker. In hindsight, maybe it would have been better for me to just play out the 4-cost Kikanojo, or even just using the Hiyori to set up the trigger in life. Okay, that's it for my turn. I pass to my opponent. They are at 5 Dawn now, and they go up to 5 cards in hand after drawing for the turn. Let's see what they do. I'm not really familiar with the entire decklist of Koala just yet, so don't know what 5 Dawn plays they have. I guess the Sabo card that they just pitched is a 5-cost, so that would have been too bad to play. But it looks like they're going to tap 4 Dawn, and they're going to play the 4-cost Hack. So because I'm not familiar with it, let's just go ahead and read Hack's ability. Hack is a black 4-cost 5k power strike character with 1k counter and has the Fishman / Dressrosa / Revolutionary Army typing. His ability says if your leader has the Revolutionary Army type, this character gains blocker and +4 costs. And then on KO, if your leader has the Revolutionary Army type, KO to one of your opponent's character with a base of 4 costs or less. Okay, so this is very important because their hack is now going to be an 8 costs, meaning they're halfway through to their leader's threshold of needing 2 8 costs or more. But more importantly, because this is 8 costs, my Blaze Slice in hand will not work against it. Unfortunately, it doesn't say base cost on Blaze Slice, which means that I cannot rest this hack. The only card I can rest right now is the Ivankov. So something to keep in mind. And then not to mention, if this card is KO'd, they get to KO a 4 cost or less on my board, so I have to be careful about what 4 costs I have. Alright, they're going to use their last Dawn, attach it to Ivankov, and go a 5k attack at my life. Oh, and that's right. Wonder if I missed it, but they actually attacked with their leader, and I used the Ivankov to block. And actually, okay, wait, sorry. We're gonna go back because I missed it there. When did he attack? Was I looking away or something? Oh, it's probably when I was maybe looking up hack on the side here. Okay, there it is. So my opponent goes 5k at my life, which I just block. Yep, then they play forward to play the hack out. And then use the last Dawn and go 5k at my life with the Ivankov. Alright, sorry about that. Just wanted to make sure I caught that. And I give up a 2k counter to get out of the 5k attack. That's the end. Yeah, that's it for my opponent's turn. Pass back to me. I go up to 6 Dawn, and I drew a 6-cost Kuma. Ooh, that's a very nice card to have right now. And I'm at 6 Dawn, so it's perfect. Let's see if I want to do anything else. Probably not. I think playing out the 6-cost Kuma is going to be the best thing for me here. Once again, I'm not going to be attacking large with leader if I do that though. So yeah, we're just going to go 5k at my opponent's life. I think this is actually a good attack here because I know they have a 5k blocker on board. So if they let the hack go, then they KO nothing. But instead, they choose to give me a 1k counter. Fine by me. Oh, we're actually gonna go 6k with our Momonosuke at their 4k Ivankov. And they decide to let that go. Alright, not bad for me. Get rid of one of their blockers. And then I tap 6 Dawn to play the new 6-cost SEC Kuma from OP12. And I trash a Kikanojo. And we'll see why in just a second. So let's look at Kuma's ability. Bartholomew Kuma is a yellow 6-cost 7k power strike character with 1k counter, and has the 7 Warlord of the Sea / Revolutionary Army typing. His ability says on play, you may trash 1 card from your hand, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life. Then this character gains +2 cost until the end of your opponent's next end phase. And opponent's turn, on KO, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. This is an insane yellow card that was released in OP12. It is a free heal for only 6 Dawn, and if you KO it, you get to heal again. So 2 heals on a 6-cost body, which also has a 7k stat line, which is really good. Very insane card. So I play it out for 6 Dawn, I trash the Kikanojo, and now I'm going to be able to heal 1 life. Whoops, did not mean to click that. Okay, now we are everywhere here. Yep, trash the Kikanojo, heal life, and now my Kuma is 8 costs. Yeah, and I attacked with my Momonosuke here at their blocker to not only get rid of their blocker, but also because I'm feeling pretty safe with 4 life, so no problems there. If they choose to attack at my Momonosuke, I'll have the counter for it, so we should be fine. Pass to my opponent, they are now at 7 Dawn with 4 cards in hand. They're gonna tap 6 of their Dawn and play their own Kuma, alright? They're gonna trash 1 card and then heal 1 life. So they are back, or they actually at 5 life now. Kinda crazy. And they're gonna start off with a 5k swing at my life. Oh, maybe not. 6k swing. Alright, 6k at my life. I was thinking about taking my life here, but I do have 2ks in hand, so I could save my life here and remain at 4 life, which wouldn't be too bad. But we end up just taking it. Okay. Wanted to see what that card was. Yeah, we're okay with still 3 life in hand, or in life. So we got the 2-cost Izo off of it, which is really nice. And the turn passes back to me. I draw for turn. It's the 5-cost Momonosuke. I go up to 8 Dawn. And now here is where the fun begins, because with 8 Dawn, I can play out the 8-cost Mihawk. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm looking at the Blaze Slices. These cards are not being helpful right now because I can't rest the hack. So. Alright, tap 8 Dawn, play out the Mihawk. And this is an 8 cost, so I have to take my own life, something I forgot to consider. Oof. But it's okay, we have 2 blockers and we still have the Kuma on board, and I get to restand for Dawn, which is more important here. Damn, that Koala is just eating away at my life for free. We have the Yamato now in hand, so we could go searching for some more counter or for something else to follow up. We also have the Izo. I could go for a banish swing, but they have the blocker. So I don't think that'd be wise. We're gonna start with 2 Dawn on my leader and going 7k double attack at my opponent's life. And they choose to take it. Oh, that's very nice for me. This puts them at my threshold of 3 life or less. So now my leader ability is online. I've got 2 Dawn remaining. I could keep both of them up for Blade Slices in case I need the counter. But we can spare 1, so we're going to tap 1 Dawn to play the Yamato to go searching. Let's see what we find. It's got to be 2 costs or higher, Land of Wano. We see 2 Kinemons, an Izo, a Yamato, and a Tonoyasu. All of them are really good options. Tonoyasu will buff my leader for 3k. I can pick Izo for another banish option. Or I can pick the Kinemon for a 2k counter. But we end up picking the Izo. Having another banish in hand, just really nice because I can potentially just go banish 2 turns in a row. But because my opponent is at 3 or less life, we're going to go ahead and use leader ability, attaching 2 Dawn to the Kuma, and going a big 9k at life. Yeah, this Kuma being 7k stat line is so good. Okay, they're going to block with hack and KO my Yamato. It's fine. Maybe I should have attacked first before playing the Yamato. That would have potentially saved it. But I gave him a free KO. And here, I'm just going to pass the turn. 2 blockers up, 1 Dawn up for the Blade Slice, and 2 life remaining. My opponent's going to draw for the turn, then go up to 9 Dawn. They've got Kuma on board, and their leader. I do have 7 cards in hand, and there is 1 card I know Koala players play, which might be very devastating for me, and that is the 6 cost Robin. So I know my opponent's not, playing it out right now, but we're just gonna go ahead and talk about the Robin here. Nico Robin is a black 6 cost 7k power strike character with no counter and the Straw Hat Crew typing, and says if your leader is Koala or Monkey D. Luffy, this character gains blocker and +3 costs. And on play, you may trash 1 card from your hand. If your opponent has 5 or more cards in hand, your opponent trashes 2 cards from their hand. Yikes. So the reason why I'm bringing it up now is because they are at 9 Dawn, which means they have enough Dawn to play that Robin. And because I'm at 7 cards in hand, I could lose 2 cards really quickly. But fortunately for me, they tapped 4 Dawn and instead played a hack. So that's very nice. This is a very good sign they just don't have the 6 cost Nico Robin in hand. So not too worried there. But I know I should probably play around it just in case. They're going to tap 3 Dawn and then play out another Ivankov, trashing the top 3 cards from their deck. So they establish 2 blockers. They've got 1 Dawn remaining, or 2 Dawn remaining, and they're gonna go 7k. This is a little rough for my opponent because they know I have an 8k blocker right here. So they're gonna go 7k to the Kuma. And I'm going to... Oh, I was thinking about playing the Blade Slice to give it 1k for the turn. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Tap 1 Dawn, play the Blade Slice, make my Kuma an 8k base for the entire turn, getting out of this swing. Well, not 8k base, but it's gonna gain plus 1000 for the turn. My opponent isn't at 2 or less life though, so I cannot rest a blocker or 4 costs or less, so that's a little unfortunate. But it's more important that I'm just keeping the Kuma alive, because now they're gonna go 7k with their Kuma at my life, which I can just freely use the Mihawk to block. Alright, and that's gonna be it for my opponent's turn. Passing back to me. I'm gonna draw for the turn. It is the 4-cost Kikanojo. And I'm gonna go up to 10 Dawn. Right now, I would have loved to have my Cody Jones in hand, but I don't, so we're gonna have to just do something else here. We're gonna go 3 Dawn on my leader and go 8k at my opponent's life. This is a very specific number because I am bluffing that I might have Hody Jones in hand by leaving 7 Dawn up, so we'll see how they react to that. I'm also not attacking the Kuma with my leader, just because I don't want them to heal. Using 8k to 5k is more important to try to pressure their blockers, or in this case, they just take it. So they're gonna go down to 1 life, and it looks like they potentially have a trigger. It is the 3-cost Karasu. Ooh, I am not familiar with this one, so I'm gonna pause real quick, look that up. Is it? Yeah, it is yellow. Let's do that. There we go. Karasu is a yellow 3-cost 4k power special character with 1k counter. That's just a blocker, and the trigger says if your leader has the Revolutionary Army type and you and your opponent have a total of 5 or less life cards, play this card. Okay, so it's another blocker that can actually be played off of a trigger. So they are all blockered up right now. And yes, we are at 5 or less life, so the trigger did work. That's a little concerning for me. I gotta somehow get through 5 blockers here. But I have 7 Dawn up, so... Okay, we're gonna see what we have first. We're gonna tap 2 Dawn to play the Hiyori, and we're gonna set up the Kikanojo in life. And we drew a 5-cost Momonosuke from our life. Oh man, this makes me think if I only attacked 7k with my Yamato, I would have 5 Dawn to potentially play out the Momonosuke and heal the Hiyori into life and establish my own blocker, but it's fine. We're going to continue pressuring my opponent's life by going 7k with Kuma to their leader's life. 7k to 5, they either have to block or give me a 2k and a 1k, which they do, 2k, 1k. They're down to 3 cards in hand. Oh, I actually do have 5 Dawn. I cannot math. Yeah, because I only used 3 on leader, then 2 here. That's only 5, so I do have 5 life. So I can play the Momonosuke and heal a Hiyori. So we're going to use leader ability since my opponent is at 3 or less life, and we're going to go 8k to my opponent's life, which they just block with the Karasu. Now with 5 Dawn, we're going to play out that Momonosuke I got from life, heal the Hiyori, and establish another blocker. And we're gonna actually take the risk and go 8k to my opponent's life. I think I'm feeling comfortable here because I still do have a blocker and 3 life. They don't really have a threatening board at the moment. Only the Kuma is really threatening. And if they attack with any of their blockers, they're gonna just lose even faster. So that's why I'm feeling safe to attack with the Mihawk here. And so they end up just taking their life. Interesting. That's really good for me. They're at 0 life now, and so I now can just keep pressuring their life. Or pressuring for lethal. But they still have 2 blockers. Alright, so now it's back to my opponent. They're at 10 Dawn. They drew for the turn and went up to 5 cards in hand. They're gonna tap 8 Dawn and play out the 8-cost Dragon. A new card from OP12 as well. Let's take a look at what this dragon does. Monkey D. Dragon is a black 8-cost 8k power special character with no counter. Whoops, I was trying to get it on screen here. The timing. There we go. Alright, sorry, I'm gonna start that over. Muggity Dragon is a black 8 cost 8k power special character with no counter and has the Revolutionary Army typing. His ability says on play, you may place 3 Revolutionary Army type cards from your trash at the bottom of your deck in any order. If your leader has the Revolutionary Army type, play up to 1 character card with a cost of 6 or less from your trash. And he chose to play another 6 cost Kuma. Very good choice, he gets to heal 1 now, and then establish another big body on board. So he's putting 3 cards to the bottom of his deck. Looked like there was a Vankov and 2 of the Karasu blockers. And then now he has to trash 1 card if he wants to heal. So he's going to trash a Koala and heal 1 life. That's a pretty scary board he has now. But he only has 2 Dawn and he only has 2 attackers this turn. He's going to attach 2 Dawn to his leader and go 7k where? He's gonna go 7k to my 6k Momonosuke. And then because he has 2 or more 8 cost characters on board, he gets to draw a card. And I choose to let it go. Alright. Fine with letting it go. Don't want to burn the counter in hand. Maybe I should have actually kept it on board, because then that means I have more characters to attack with. But alright, it's fine. He's gonna go 7k to my Kuma with his Kuma, which I just give up one of my Izos to 1k counter out of. And that's it for his turn. Pass the turn to me. I'm gonna draw a 0 cost, you're the one who should disappear for the turn. Now I have that and Blaze Slice in hand. My opponent has 4 cards in hand with 1 life and 2 blockers. The nice thing is, yep, I think we've got it here. We're gonna tap 1 Dawn to play Blaze Slice, giving my leader plus 1k for the turn. And because my opponent is at 2 or less life, I can rest a 4 cost or less, and I get to rest one of their blockers, the 3 cost Ivankov. That does not gain any cost increase, so it's restable. And now he only has 1 blocker with 2 life. So we're gonna go ahead and play out the Izo for 2 Dawn, giving my leader Banish. And we're gonna start off with 7k Banish to life. And now he's gonna block and use the hack to KO my Izo. That's fine with me. I still have 3 attackers on board. We're gonna start off with another 7k to life. I'm attacking 7k here because I want to reduce the cards in hand. He thought it was game over, but he forgot he had a life actually. So he's like, oh, whoops. And yeah, so we keep going. It's a Captain's Assemble, which which is gonna trigger, lets him look at top 3 and pick a Rev Army. I think. Is it Rev Army or... Let's see. Oh, one second. Pause. Captain... That's what it's called. Yeah, Captain's Assemble. Oh yeah, you can only take a Rev Army card. I think they took a Robin. Yeah, Robin is not a Rev Army, so I did not catch that. Whoops. I should have caught that. So yeah, they shouldn't have been able to take the Robin. But it's fine. We're just going to go ahead and attach our remaining 6 Dawn to my Mihawk, plus use leader ability to attach 2 more Dawn, so that's 8. And go a big 16k at my opponent's life. And that is game. Woo! That went very well for me. I think everything I needed to happen happened. I was able to establish blockers, was able to stay defensive, maintained a high life, and then just use the blockers as my attackers, since I was able to stay very healthy with my life. So no complaints there. But, you know, this could have gone another way if my opponent found the 6-cost Robin. He was talking to me after the game. If he had the 6-cost Robin earlier, then maybe he could have used that to pressure my hand, putting me down on cards, and made it a little harder for me to counter out with. I think I would have still been okay though, because I could have just trashed maybe a Blaze Slice and something else, or maybe just trashed one of my counters, because I needed that Blaze Slice to rest the blocker. And it was really fortunate that he had a 3-cost blocker for me to rest, so with only 1 blocker on board, it made it easier for me to attack at his life. But okay, that's gonna be it for this game. If you saw anything that I could have done better or something I missed, then let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, GG's to my opponent, and I will see you guys in the next game. Until next time, remember, keep your minds fresh and your spirits free. See ya!